The topic of my presentation is China Zhen, shaping the future skyline of Beijing. Through this presentation, I would like to give you the introduction and how did we conduct the design of high quality. Now, firstly, to understand the building, and we have to know the context of the city where this building is located. And this building is located in Beijing. That is the capital city of China. And it's a very historical city. And because of the Forbidden City's existence, therefore, the Beijing city has the square form in terms of the construction profile. And in Beijing, and there are two axes. The first one is the vertical historical axle, crossing through the whole city. And to the south, and we will set up the second international airport. And to the north, that was the place where the Beijing Olympic Stadium was located. And also, you can see that the Chang'an Street is also just nearby. And because of certain considerations, we don't see many skylines in Beijing relative to Shanghai and Beijing. And we don't have lots of skylines in Beijing. And in the recent 10 years, Beijing developed the new CBD area. And as you can see on this slide, and this is at the east side of the Chang'an Street. And it is just close to the North Ring 3, number 3. And therefore, we have some new opportunities. South today's project. And on this slide, you can see this is the project close to the Beijing CBD. To the left, the center point is the area of CBD. Nearby, we already see lots of high-rising building, and basically the construction is already completed. And this area is reserved for the future development. It has 30 hectares. And the tallest building is the building I'm going to introduce today. The height is 528 meters. Although compared with some other super tall building, and it is not tallest. However, in the next 10 years, perhaps this is the tallest building in Beijing. The second tallest building in Beijing only measures about 300 to 400 meters. Therefore, this building is quite important in Beijing. On this slide, you can see the floor plan of this building. And there's one significant feature about this area. As you can see on this area, that the core area construction mode is pioneered, tried, and the efforts were led by the municipal government. And this actually covers the public area construction and the underground construction. And to achieve the normal operation of this area underground, and the government planned the metro line, transportation lines, and also through the pedestrian tunnels, and different metro lines can be connected. And on the first underground floor, there will be very powerful the pedestrian system, thus greatly mitigating the traffic pressure in Beijing. And also, in the underground space, we also created the underground vehicle transportation system. So through this system, the vehicles can have direct access into this area from the outside area, and And those vehicles can be further connected with some other areas, thus further reducing the pressure of the traffic on the ground. And in this area, for the first time, all the municipal pipelines are integrated. That is to say, under the road, and those entered into the kind of public cabinet. And this kind of the public space can be correctly and very precisely controlled. And on this slide, and you can see that there is the underground, the 4 underground floors. And just because of this strong infrastructure, therefore the public space covers about 4.5 square meters. And without this kind of infrastructure, I don't think this project can achieve the success. So speaking of the single entity construction, so I think the infrastructure consideration is quite important. I think this is the new attempt in our urban construction. So now I will move on to talk about the concept of this construction. This is called China Zun. So literally, and it has the classical quality. And at the same time, it is also the embodiment of the kind of unique appearance. So it has the 2 meanings. So it is a kind of the reflection of its uniqueness. So here you can see the traditional culture's quality of China. At the same time, it is also in line with the modern taste.
还有一个很重要的
Also for skyscraper, this does not only purely seek for pure format, but also look for its inner content. So it's not reasonable in terms of structure and techniques, but also has the aesthetics value. The functionality of the building is quite straightforward. Only the tower building, mainly for offices. On top, on the roof of the building, we have a sightseeing area. According to the owner of the building, in the future, above 500 meters, it will be the sightseeing area in the city, which is even higher than the other surrounding buildings. This is the overall layout of China Zun. We have limited ground space, but we developed a building with over 35% concentration rate, with very developed transportation connections. So we fully used the existing ground areas. And the public sightseeing space will be reserved in the 4 corners. And the total structure is just 1 tower. It's co-designed by Beijing Institute of Architectural Design together with Kohn Pedersen Fox Associates, as well as some other advanced and highly respected partners overseas. This is a challenging project. So today I'm going to focus on the general design strategy for China Zun. For extremely high skyscraper, in its operation, in its environment and safety concerns, there are enormous challenges. So we should abandon the traditional mindset. We should create a brand new construction philosophy to give birth to a cutting-edge building. So we first adopted a systematic approach. In terms of the structure of the building, traditionally, we mainly take into consideration the gravity issue factor. But for a high skyscraper, we also have to consider the overall safety concerns. We first need to build a safety architecture to make the building possible. So this is a brand new structure concept. Now, based on the special features of the building, we first have to divide it into different modules. We cannot look at the building from the perspective of the stories. We should first systematically divide it into modules so that it can be an integrated system. So in the structure, we developed 5 different modules. In the bottom, we call it central module. The central energy supplies, the pedestrian walkway, and the traffic lane are all in the central module. This helps us to clarify this whole mindset. We'll first take care of the central module and then function module. This is pretty similar to a system in the animal world. You know, this is a frog. A frog has multiple systems, including muscular system, skeletal system, control and regulation technology, and so nervous system. So this is very similar to a structure, to a building. The muscle can be viewed as the columns, and the nervous system will be the control and regulation system of a building. The food system is pretty similar to the supply and emission system in a building. Through the analysis of a frog system, we can have a better understanding of the building system, which will help us to manage and to distribute the different tasks for different personnel. So I'm not only talking about a pure tool, a technology, but an integrated, holistic solution. On that basis, supported by BEAM, we developed this 3D design result. We have very good visualization. Everything is under control. After advisory with the clients, we constantly optimize the system. And this digital technology ensures the high efficiency and effectiveness. You pay attention to the details. It's no longer a two-dimensional thing, but a three-dimensional model. Another thing about the system, to make it more precise, in addition to the classification of the system, we also have this geometric control concept. So we created this very comprehensive geometrical control system. It's pretty similar to something we did in designing the true two-dimensional model. So geometrically, we developed this control mechanism to ensure all the components of the building is standardized. And people can use these standards in different environments. Here you can see this mega column. We have a geometrical description of all the components so that the structural engineers will rest assured. I'll skip the details. Now, through this design strategy, we already systematically and scientifically design and divide the system into different modules. Now let me share with you some examples in system design. This is the site system, a very compact site automobile streamline organization. The traffic includes the connection between our ground to the city transportation. Thanks to this developed underground traffic system, the cargo delivery can go underfloor. Also, we can have municipal connection through the public corridors so that the pipelines can directly go into the building. This is a structure system. Although it's the highest building in Beijing, the structure is very reasonable. This tower building adopts the advanced and efficient safe structure system. We have the core plus the external tube. So in different circumstances, the safety issue has been taken care of. The external tube includes the mega column in the four corners and the cross truss. The underground floor layout. This is the first floor plan. Some features. Structure plays an important role here. In addition to the four mega columns, the underground hall doesn't have any extra columns. This helps to create a very spacious feeling for the hall. The total layout is highly efficient and user-friendly. This is the standard office floor. With cooperation with the owner, we have an inward core. All the surrounding spaces can be rented. This helps to provide a very high proportion of spaces for rent. And the fire safety has also been very well planned. With the support of BIM, we have also designed very detailed floor plan. This is the MEP floor. The rescue floor. Observation floor. Traffic is an important factor to take into account in high buildings. We use the double elevator. Here you can see how the elevator works. All the people can get access to the elevator from the first floor and the parking lot. Now the facade, very simple, but aesthetic. Everything just flows naturally. It's very modern looking. The building is divided into 3 parts, including the area for on the top, in the middle, and on the floor. Each module has different size dimensions. We did a lot of optimization to ensure the facades can be built successfully. This is a curtain wall type for the MEP floor. Curtain wall system, we have the window cleaning machine. In the middle level, we have also installed the window cleaning machine internally. The lighting, we provide this unique lighting feeling. Interior design in the first floor. The biggest sightseeing hall on air. Now let me briefly touch upon sustainability. We know energy saving is an important factor. We will not only consider the equipment, but also we use this double hollow glass to preserve energy and more soundproof. So with these measures put in place, we are also LEED certified. According to the statistics, compared to other standard buildings, we save energy by 25% and save the fees by 27%. The overall energy was down by 12.5%. The building is under construction at this moment and is expected to be completed by 2018. We believe with this very scientific management, this building will be a landmark in Beijing. Thank you.